Top 5 performance mods for your Cyclone Mustang. Mods for your Cyclone Mustang. Before I get to that, you don't know what this is. Well, it's fucking huge. What this is. This is what this is. I think I have one extra. These are window stickers. YouTube 377 videos, window stickers. If you guys want one, I have an extra one. I have this huge one. I have 2 of these. I'm gonna put one on the windshield, but if you guys want an extra one, hit me up. Just send me a picture of it on your car after you get it, and it's a done deal. Thanks to Brent Nallberg for sending me these. They asked for them. He had them shipped the next day. That's how cool this guy is. Fucking awesome. I do have an extra smaller one too, if you guys want to get a smaller one for your car. So just leave a comment below, let me know, and we'll send one out to you. So, performance mods on the Cyclone. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of different opinions on that. It really depends on how you want to build your quarter mile times. Do you want to do circuit racing? Do you want to go to car shows and pop your hood and never drive it? Well, I'm going to talk to you about quarter mile racing because that's what I know about. I don't know about going to car shows and all that other shit or road course racing. I'm sorry, that's not what I do. I build cars for quarter mile racing. I don't build, I just buy the parts and they get put on. Terry builds them. So, this is going to be the way I would set up a 3.7 liter if and when I get another 3.7, when I get another 3.7. First things first, a tune. Every 3.7 needs a tune. You know who I'm going to recommend for a tune, right? You know. I don't even have to, do I even have to say it? Do I even have to say it? Come on, we know. We know who I'm going to, we know who I'm going to pick for a tune. More Power Tuning. MPT Performance. From what I've seen, they make the best tune for the 3.7. Every record car, naturally aspirated, is on an MPT tune. That should tell you right there, that's enough. So go with those guys, and they will help you throughout the course of your build. You can update your tune, you can data log, which I will do another video about. I was supposed to do about a month ago, but we will do a video on data logging, so we'll get to that. Number 1 is a tune. Number 2, headers. If you want to get the most power out of your car, shorties or long tubes will do. However, we talked about this in one of the last videos. Long tubes are going to get you more horsepower on the top end. So that's your first 2 5.0. Those are your first 2 horsepower gains. They're going to come from a tune and headers. Third is going to be intake manifolds. Intake manifolds are not available as far as right now from the aftermarket portion of Mustang websites and stuff like that. You can't buy aftermarket intake manifolds for this car, just like a can of Boss 302 or Cobra Jet manifold for the 5.0. So that leaves you with people who are going to start porting them. I had mine done by Tom Griffin at Lone Wolf Performance, who he did a good job. I had some gains from him, I'm not going to lie. I've had some people say that it wasn't the best intakes, okay? Well, there is somebody that does good intakes right now, and that's Terry at TB Built Performance. So if you want the best intakes for your car, right now you're going to want to hit up TB Built Performance, find him on Facebook. If not, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can contact him and get some ported intakes for your 3.7. If you get ported intakes, you need a data log. You need to let the tuners see what's happening so they can maximize your tune. Maximize your tune. So, if you let them maximize your tune, you already have a tune, now you got ported intakes, now you got headers, now you're making some power. Now you're really making some power. So, those are our first 3 things. Number 4. Gears. If you want to get better power out of the power you have, and I don't mean add more horsepower, if you want to see that power come to life in the power band while you're driving, you're going to want to get a set of gears. Hi, can I get a large coffee, cream and sugar, and a turbo shot? That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, you can move forward.
Yeah, the turbo shot and the coffee, right? The large cream.
I got you.
Yeah, all right, cool. Gears. Gears, you need to decide what type of gears. 373s, 355s, 410s. What are going to fit your application best? Do you do a lot of daily driving? Is yours auto or manual? I'm going to have to make a whole nother video about gears because this one's going to be way too long and get off topic if we start talking about gears. So we'll discuss that in the next video. What gears are going to best suit your car? So right now we've got 1 is a tune, 2 is headers, 3 is your port and intake manifolds, 4 is your gear set, your ring and pinion in the back. How quickly your car is going to climb up in the RPMs, how often you're going to have to shift, all that stuff. I had 373s on mine. It worked out great for what I seen in the quarter mile. Most of the naturally aspirated cars that ran great times in the quarter mile ran with 373s. 410s are up there too. 410s are also a great selection for gears. Anything lower than that, 355, 331, I don't think you're going to be trapping as much as you would with 373s. 355s, 331s are more geared towards turbos or Superchargers or setups like that, when you need a longer pole in every gear to keep your boost up, or if you just have more power and you want to have more stretch in every gear. So that's all 4 right there. Now we have one more thing. We have a tune, we have port intakes, we have a tune, we have headers, we have port intakes, we have gears. What does that leave us with our last thing? So we know cold air intakes aren't going to give you a lot of power. We know throttle bias aren't going to give you a lot of power. Shifter mods, things like that, those are all things that help you get by a little quicker. Those aren't really going to be your main mods that you're going to do in your car. So what is number 5? Now, this is something that I learned out over the course of time here that I didn't do much of and should have. How you doing? Here you go. Thanks. Thank you. How's it going? So now that we got our Turbo Shot coffee, and I have no cup holders to put this in, I can tell you what number 5 is. Number 5 is number 5. Number 5. Number 5. Number 5. Suspension. Suspension, suspension, suspension. Yes. I didn't do enough suspension on my 3.7. That's why I didn't go as fast as I was supposed to go. That's why all those horsepower mods ended up being pointless. As Terry called my car, a bouncing Betty. So it literally was. You can make all this power in the world, okay? Especially in a manual car. All that power needs to translate to the ground. Now, if you're bouncing all over the place between every gear, if you're bouncing, squatting, and dancing off the line, you're losing time, a lot of it. I ran a 1309 at 106.6 with full bolt-ons, port intakes, tune, data logged, header, long tube headers, all that stuff. I could have ran probably a 12.6 or 12.5 had I done my suspension correctly. So now as far as suspension, here's the main mods. I'm not going to get too deep into it with like anti-roll bars and all that stuff. That's more on like Terry's level. He could tell you about that if you're in Cyclo Mustangs. That's not that important. What is important though is keeping the squat. Keeping the car from squatting too much and bouncing too much. So here's your basic list of suspension mods that you're going to want to do on the car. Lower control arms being the 1. Lower control arm relocation brackets being 2. Upper control arm being 3. Shocks. Either strange 10-way adjustable or Viking shocks will both do for the back. But those are the most important things you want to key in on if you're trying to get your car to go a little bit better. Now, on top of that, springs. There's a lot of different springs you can get. Lowering springs, you can get eye-box springs, you can get drag springs. See what your application is, because some springs are obviously going to affect the weight you're going to drive, and they're going to require more mods, like a panhard bar, caster camber adjustment bolts, and all that kind of stuff. So, when you start making the power that you need to make based off of the mods that you have done in your car horsepower-wise, tune, port intakes, headers, and then you've got gearing. Your gearing is going to get you harder off the line, especially at 373s. Your car is really going to squat with 373s, which is why I made suspension the next mod. So overall, number 1, tune, MPT tune. Number 2, headers. Long tubes preferred if you're trying to get the fastest quarter mile time. Number 1, tune, MPT tune. Number 2, headers. Long tubes preferred if you're trying to get the fastest quarter mile times. 3, ported intakes. Hit up TV Built Performance for some good ported intakes. Number 4, gears. If you have a manual with 6 shift, 373s I'm going to recommend it. Automatic's going to recommend 410s or 373s. Both will work out pretty good. Number 5, and most importantly, suspension. I'll leave some links in the description so you guys can check out some good suspension parts for your cars. That's all the time I have today. Hope this helps you guys out. If you want some more information on it, comment below, let me know. Peace.